Signs of a vindictive narcissist. Narcissism is on a spectrum, from mild to clinically diagnosable as a personality disorder. Due to their lack of empathy for other people, as well as their self-centeredness, all highly narcissistic people are damaging to others. However, most of the time it is because they just don't care about others and do not consider if their actions will harm someone. However, there are a subgroup of narcissists who make a point out of hurting others. They are often vindictive and sadistic. They get enjoyment from hurting others and plan their actions to hurt you. When they hurt you, it is not because they did not consider how their actions would affect you. On the contrary, they actually planned it to cause maximum damage to you. Just like normal narcissistic people, vindictive narcissists have warning signs that give you a clue as to their mindset. Although vindictive narcissists can be either overt or covert, it appears that vulnerable narcissists or covert narcissists are often more vindictive. This can be because they are more sensitive to criticism and more often come from a place of people are going to take things from them. In many cases, they are jealous of others and hate others that do better than them in any way. Their paranoia that you are out to get them drives them to destroy you before you can get them. When you interact with a vindictive narcissist on a regular basis, they will cause more harm to you than a normal narcissist. They always need to fill their empty void inside of them or distract them from their own pain and thoughts. And as hurting others gives them pleasure and you are conveniently around, you will suffer a lot of abuse. The abuse is also on a different level as they planned out their actions to cause you maximum damage. Following are warning signs that can indicate you are dealing with a vindictive or sadistic narcissist. Schadenfreude. This is a big warning sign. Schadenfreude is when a person experiences pleasure or joy from learning of or witnessing other people being hurt, failing, or being humiliated. They may openly laugh or rejoice when someone fails or even gets seriously hurt. Their actions not only show that they lack compassion for others, but that they have the opposite reaction. The need for joy often drives them to purposefully hurt others for their own entertainment. However, just like any drug, they need a higher and higher dose to get the same thrill. Unlike other narcissists that often need some reason to hurt you, such that you hurt them in some way or embarrass them, this narcissist needs no reason. You can be a complete stranger and they can go after you just to satisfy their need for pleasure. Group hate. As a vindictive narcissist needs no reason to harm others, they are very good at convincing themselves that you deserve what they are doing to you. With this lack of empathy and detachment, they can easily assign their hatred for one person to another person or a group of people. If you are in the same group as a person they dislike, you are automatically guilty of the same crime just by being in that group, and you need to be punished. Even if you did nothing, because you are in the same group, it is assumed that you will do the same act, thus deserve whatever punishment the narcissist deems fit. A person in a specific make or model of vehicle might cut the narcissist off. Now, the narcissist hate all drivers who own that same model. They assume that all owners of that model cut people off in traffic. This is often seen where a person has a hatred towards another person just because they belong to a certain ethnic group. There is no distinction made between an individual person and a group. This behavior is often excused as the person just has a lot of hate for one group. But the problem is that we all belong to different groups at the same time. You can easily fall into a group that the narcissist despises. On my travels around the world, I met a person who had an utter hatred for people who wore pink. When I pointed out that she hates people she has never even met, she responded that she doesn't care. When she sees someone wearing pink, she just wants to go over and kill that person. A very vindictive person will often talk about killing a whole group just because they dislike one part of one person in that group. To them, there are no innocent or different people in that group. All are guilty just by being in that group and needs to die. This is very dangerous, as this detaching people from having basic rights is what allows the narcissist to do atrocities to other people and feel nothing, as they feel you have less rights than a wild animal. Expresses the wish of death. This one is often disturbing but strangely overlooked a lot. Often the narcissist would comment that they wish they could see you or someone else die or get hurt. Note that it is different than when people get angry and say that they wish someone would die, which is kind of disturbing already, but they have so much hate for someone that they want to see them dead. However, you are talking about a person that actually wants to see you or the other person die. They are not just satisfied with you being dead. They want to enjoy seeing you die and may even wish that they could be the one killing you. They may say that they wish they can see you crushed to death, or more disturbingly, that they wish they could kill you and see the life leave your eyes. Dominance. Although all narcissists want things to be their way, the vindictive narcissist wants to dominate. They will stop at nothing to get what they want. They have a need to be in control. They believe that their ideas are not up for discussing, and you are required to follow them without question. Opposing the narcissist or questioning their ideas or actions is often met with threats or acts of violence. It is a big warning sign when the narcissist immediately responds with accusations, degrading comments, threats, or physical attacks when you just voice an opposing thought. If they feel you actually will threaten their authority or possibly expose them, they will do anything to stop you and destroy you. No one is allowed to question their authority and control. Loves power. Not all narcissists love to be powerful. They do think they are important and do want to be recognized for their brilliance, or in the case of the victim narcissist, for their suffering. But the vindictive narcissist is often obsessed with unlimited power. They have a grand fantasy of being all-powerful, some through being super rich or being high up in a company or politics. Others dream or even believe that they have special abilities that grant them unseen, unlimited power. They may not always actively seek it, but they believe they are owed unlimited power or fantasize a lot of having unlimited power. When they do get power, they tend to abuse their authority. One of the main reasons they want unlimited power is to escape accountability for their actions, like a king that can do whatever he likes without any consequences. Utter need for revenge or to do harm. All narcissists want revenge when they feel you have hurt them. The vindictive and vulnerable narcissists struggle with criticism and often feel offended when you just try to help. The warning sign is when they say that they just feel like hurting someone because they are upset. To them it does not matter who it is. All they want to do is hurt someone so that they can feel better. The other and more important warning sign is when they say they have a feeling of revenge. We are mostly driven by emotions. A person that has thoughts of revenge do not always follow through, as they will also think about the consequences of their actions. But a person who has feelings of revenge are driven by emotions, and logic do not come into play when emotions are the driving force. Thus, consequences are not considered, and the person is very likely to act upon their need for revenge. However, as the revenge almost never satisfies the need for revenge, the emotions does not change. Thus, once the narcissist acts against you, they often continue to wreak havoc in your life as long as they can in order to satisfy the feeling of revenge. What may have started as a small, simple misunderstanding can lead to them destroying your life or even killing you. Nothing they do to you can take the empty feeling away that they have inside of them. Often you will become their target to dump all their frustrations onto for anything that is going wrong in their life. Their need for revenge is triggered by being insulted. As mentioned before, even narcissists have a feeling of revenge. Then no logic and the possibility of any consequences will stop them. However, it gets worse when the need for revenge is triggered by you insulting them, as what constitutes as an insult depends on them. It can be anything. How they also see the insult is also not linked to any reality. They may wish that the flies of 1,000 camels descend on your private parts and your hands being too short to scratch just because you dislike their outfit. Rejecting romantic advance is often a massive blow to the ego and extremely insulting. If a person becomes angry or threatening because you reject their advances, be very worried. There are far too many cases where a person was stalked and eventually hurt or killed because they rejected the person's romantic advances and then ignored the warning signs of a person not wanting to leave them alone or threatening them if they do not go out with them. The problem with wanting revenge because it's an insult is that they set the level of a perceived offense, and as such they set the level of punishment. This is far more dangerous than them wanting revenge because you crashed into their car or some other physical action. Here the insult and the driving force to get revenge is both emotional. The two negative emotional states will feed on each other, and the longer the narcissist ponders over it, the worse they see the insult. Each time they remember the event, the negative emotions in them will get worse, and they will add their own narrative to the events that occurred. This will cause them to believe things were worse than it actually was, or even that events occurred that never did. Soon, they will convince themselves that you need to die. Self-destructive. Narcissists almost never think about the consequences of their actions. If you were to voice the possible implications of their actions, they will dismiss it. Normal narcissists often say they will never get caught, their plans will work out, or that they will be able to talk themselves out of any problems should they get caught. However, vindictive narcissists often do not care what happens to them as long as they destroy your life in the process. This lack of self-preservation shows that they will go to any lengths to destroy their target, and often that they will never stop their attack no matter how much damage they have done to the target and how much it's costing them personally. They may dedicate their life to destroying yours. If you are currently dating someone and they comment that they will kill you or hurt you if you leave them, believe them. But also do not think that you will be safe if you stay, as often their paranoia will cause them to rather remove the threat of you leaving them and hurting their ego, so they may take action against you even if you have no plans of leaving. Another thing with narcissists that are willing to destroy themselves to get revenge is that they often command a number of people around them. These people know how far the narcissist will go when someone crosses them. Thus, to preserve themselves, they will rather go along with a narcissist and do atrocious acts for the narcissist so as not to become a victim themselves. Sloppy revenge. Narcissists in general do not learn from their mistakes, as well as have a very high regard for their plans to succeed. Thus, the vindictive narcissists often have very sloppy or poorly thought out revenge plans, even though they may have spent a lot of time, thought, and money on it. In many cases, it is so obvious that they either would get caught or the plans would fail, but to the narcissist, it is a brilliant plan. Now, there are some more educated vindictive narcissists that can come up with very sophisticated revenge plans, but they are far and few between. This is because to think of a very complex plan is to think about the possibility of a plan failing and of being caught. As most narcissists think their ideas are brilliant and do not normally learn from their mistakes, but blame others, their plans rarely evolve. They can do stupid things like come to your house and slash your car tires when they know you have security cameras. Or they can stalk you and then run you off the road while not thinking about the damage on their car that can prove their guilt. Act the victim. The vindictive narcissist will always believe that they are the victim, even if the other person did nothing or the narcissist caused the incident. They may have skipped a red traffic light and caused an accident. However, they will not accept blame. Unlike the normal narcissist that just shifts blame, the vindictive narcissist will want revenge. They may have caused the accident, but now they want to kill you and may attack you or your car. When you are being punished for something the narcissist did, they are being vindictive. For most narcissists, it is enough that they convince themselves it was not their fault. But for the vindictive narcissist, they have to get even for what they have convinced themselves you have done to them. They will not listen to any logic of your innocence and to not take revenge. The act of revenge is actually not about righting a wrong. To them, it is deeply personal, as they have been disrespected and insulted. Again, it comes from emotions, not logic. Thus, the revenge act is almost always far more than the perceived insult. You may be shocked to hear what they did to someone over a small misunderstanding, like walking past a person's car and scratching it or kicking the lights out just because that person took too long to pay at the checkout. That person took a few seconds of the narcissist's life, so the narcissist now has the right to punish that person. Because the narcissist is so important, the few seconds they lost is worth more than that other person's life. What to do? Dealing with a vindictive narcissist is difficult, as many tactics do not work on them. Trying to avoid or ignore the narcissist will not work, as they will often seek you out no matter where you go. The more obsessed they are about getting revenge, the less likely avoiding them will work. Ignoring their attacks and hoping they will stop often just leads to more suffering, as the vindictive narcissist just cannot get enough. There may be times that they will leave you alone when their attention is taken up by exacting revenge on another person, but soon they will return to you. They can actually have multiple people they take on revenge at the same time. Standing up to the narcissist can sometimes work, especially if you do it legally, but it does have the possibility of escalating to a dangerous physical level. Thus, if you stand up against the narcissist, be prepared for a fight. However, short of moving away and disappearing to try to avoid the narcissist, this may be a best option in stopping them, as ignoring them will just cause them to take greater steps to try to get a reaction from you. They want to see you off being affected by their actions. They want to see you suffer because they get joy from it, and they will never be satisfied. Thus, they will never stop haunting you unless they are stopped physically or by legal means. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it. Also subscribe to my channel so you can be notified of new videos as I release them. For more information about the different types of narcissists found, as well as helping you overcome your need for revenge and anger towards the narcissist, follow the links in the description to my books.